Bonjour Year 9, and today with Mr Bolis you're going to be continuing to describe jobs. Here's a list of the equipment you need for today's lesson. You'll need your French exercise book, a pen and a ruler, and your Module 3 knowledge organiser, which is on class charts. Pause to get that ready now and press play when you're ready to continue. Thank you for uploading all of your work onto class chart. Please remember to upload evidence of all of your work that you have completed. So if you create 2 pages of A4 paper in your book and do a Quizlet, I would like photos of everything that you've done, please. Also, please follow the indicated time for the completion of each activity. So if in a 10-minute activity you do not completely finish, just after 10 minutes, move on to the next activity. There'll be no penalty for that. You won't get into trouble. Just make sure that you follow the timings if you can. Please do email me if you have any questions about the activities in today's lesson at all. And here's my email address. As we always do, I would really like you to write down the date in French. Now this is on class charts for you. If you want to have a go, knowing what the English date is, please do so to test your days of the week, numbers and months as well. Please underline the date neatly and then write down the title, Mon avenir, my future, in French and in English, neatly underlined, and then write down the objective, to write about what you would like to become. Pause to do that now and press play when you're ready to do the Do Now activity. Great job. Okay, your Do Now activity should take just about 5 minutes. Translate the following sentences into French. Okay, so just write down the French. You don't need to write down the English. It should take no more than 5 minutes, and then check your answers. Pause to do that now. Press play to get the answers. And here are the answers. 1. Je voudrais devenir vétérinaire, d'autant plus que j'adore les animaux. Well done if you got the d'autant plus que from last time, as especially since. Numéro 2. Je veux être comptable parce que les chiffres me fascinent. So remember the ENT, we don't actually pronounce, but we're using the plural here because figures is a plural word, okay? 3. Je voudrais devenir avocate car je serais bien. Well done if you realise the female lawyer needs an E adding to it, so it's avocate. And finally, numéro 4. Je veux être ingénieur with an E, car c'est mon rêve. So really well done if for the feminine you added the E onto ingénieur. I'm now going to pass you on to Mr Bolis. Please remember to take full photos of everything you do this lesson. Have a great lesson. Merci. Au revoir.
For your next activity, I'm going to give you 10 minutes to copy what you see on your screen now, filling in the gaps. Now, in order to fill in the gaps, you need to read the French with the English after, and the gaps are in different places. So if we look at the first sentence, you've got à l'avenir je something devenir professeur, and in the translation at the end of the sentence, you've got in the future, I would like to become a something. So looking at these 2 gaps, you should be able to find out what the words, what the missing words are. You can now press pause, and when you're ready to see the correction, press play again. Here is the correction to your work. So the first word that was missing is voudrais, je voudrais. The second word, enfant. Third one, teacher. So for that very first sentence, just take the time to double check that you got all the words that were missing correct. And if you still left a gap, please fill in those gaps. For the second sentence, être was missing. Check the spelling of être and parce que. And in English, you were missing want and others. Once again, take the time to check for correction. Third sentence, you're missing journaliste and infirmière. Now with infirmière, double check that the accent is in the correct place. And the word that was missing in English was but. And for number 4, pense. Well done to those of you that remembered that word from the last unit. And car. And the 2 words in English were be and job. So good work, E9. Well done if you had everything correct. You can now move on to the next exercise. For your next activity, I'm going to use 4 texts written in French. And in each text, when you compare them, you have 7 differences. I want you to write down what those differences are in the boxes provided underneath. So here are the 4 texts, and you can see that we've got 7 boxes underneath each text. Now, let's do the first one together. If you read the first sentence of text 1, it says Bonjour, je m'appelle Antoine et j'ai 14 ans. The second text, Bonjour, je m'appelle Nicolas et j'ai 14 ans. Third text, Bonjour, je m'appelle Stéphanie et j'ai 14 ans. Fourth text, Bonjour, je m'appelle Amélie et j'ai 14 ans. Now, obviously, the first difference in those 4 texts are the names of the people. So in box number 1, under text 1, you write down his name is Antoine. In box 1, underneath text 2, you write down his name is Nicolas, and so on and so forth. So do read those texts carefully, find the 7 differences. When you are finished, choose one of the texts and translate it into English. Any text that you want. You can now press pause, complete the activity. You have 15 minutes to do that. And after 15 minutes, or before, if you finish early, press play again to listen to the correction. So here is the correction to your work. Now, as we discussed before, the first difference to find was the name of the people. So give yourself a tick if you found all those differences. The second difference is that his parents wanted him to be a journalist for text number 1, a doctor for text number 2. For text 3 and 4, it was her parents, of course, because they were girls. And for text 3, they want her to be an engineer, and for text 4, they want her to be a teacher. Next difference for text 1 is that he would like to become a lawyer. For text 2, he would like to become a teacher. For text 3, she would like to become a singer. And the last text, a shop manager. So give yourself a tick for each box that you got right. And if you made a mistake or didn't find it, please check the correction. For number 4, he wants to be a lawyer because he likes to help others. For text 2, because he likes to work with children. For text 3, it's because it is her dream. And for text 4, it's because her passion is shopping. So once again, give yourself a tick if you got them all right, or take correction. Fifth difference was that he would also like to become a vet. For text number 1, for text 2, he would also like to become a lawyer. For text 3, she would also like to become a computer scientist. For text 5, she would also like to become an engineer. The sixth difference was the reason for the job before. So that's because he loves animals, or because he's interested in justice, or because she's addicted to multimedia. And finally, for text 4, because she's interested in numbers. Once again, tick or cross. And the last difference was about their character. So for text 1, he's very patient. For text 2, he's very charming. For text 3, she's very clever. And for text 4, she's very hardworking. So press pause, take correction. And when you're ready for your next activity, press play again. For your next activity, I'm going to read you a text. So what I want you to do, I want you to follow the text as I am reading it. Bonjour, je m'appelle Amélie et j'ai 14 ans. Mes parents veulent que je devienne professeur, mais ce n'est pas mon truc. Je voudrais devenir directrice de magasin car ma passion, c'est le shopping. Et je fais souvent les magasins. Aussi, je pense que ce serait bien parce que c'est un bon métier. Peut-être, je voudrais également devenir ingénieur parce que les chiffres me fascinent et je suis très travailleuse. Mais sinon, je veux être vétérinaire car j'adore les animaux et je suis patiente. So I'm not going to show you the translation, but it is a faulty translation. So I want you to rewrite that translation in your exercise book, finding all 8 mistakes and correct them. So here is the translation. You've got 8 mistakes there. Find them by rewriting the text with the correction. You have 10 minutes to complete this. You can now press pause and then press play again when you're ready to see the correction. So here is the correction to your work year 9. So I've put in red all the 8 differences from the text before. Take the time to read over your work, make sure that you'd found all the correction, and then carry on with the work with activity 4. So for your last activities, it is now time for you to write at least 50 words about what you would like to become. You must include the following: what your parents want you to do, at least 3 jobs you would like to do. For each job that you are mentioning, I want at least 2 reasons why you would like to do the job. And of course, try to vary vocabulary by using different connectives, sentence starters, and way to express your opinions. As a reminder, here is the text that we studied just before as an example. Now, of course, I do not want to see the exact same text in your work. I want to see a different version of it. So you can now press pause and then press play again when you're ready to finish the lesson.
Excellent work today, Year 9. Really great job. Please do remember to upload pictures of all of the work you've done in today's lesson onto class charts within 24 hours of the lesson, so that I can award you a very well-deserved achievement point. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.